This is 6 Minute English from bbclearningenglish.com.
Hello, I'm Rob. Welcome to 6 Minute English. The World Cup is on. I love football, and that's why we're going to talk about it today. So let's kick off the programme with Pelé.
I was invited to go to Italy, to Spain. I was okay in Santos. No, it was my team. The team used to win almost all the tournaments. And then I never have a desire to play outside of Brazil or to play for money.
So that's Pelé, one of the most celebrated football players in the world. And I've invited Grace, my Brazilian colleague, to have a chat about football in her home country.
Hi, Rob.
Hi there. Well, is Pelé still popular in Brazil?
As far as football goes, Pelé's record speaks for itself. Brazilians love him. But when he talks about politics, well, he's often criticized. But you kicked off the program talking about Pelé. So, of course, our quiz question today is about this fantastic player.
Okay, well, shoot.
How many goals did Pelé score in his career? Was it A, about 700 goals, B, about 1,200 goals, or C, was it about 1,600 goals?
Well, I know he was a great player, but 1,600 sounds too many, so I'll go for the middle answer, around 1,200 goals.
We'll find out if you are right or wrong a bit later. But now, let's get this ball rolling and talk about football.
Yes, good idea. It's interesting that Pelé mentioned in the clip that he wouldn't leave his team, Santos, to play football abroad.
Yes, although he did end his career at the New York Cosmos. In any case, Pelé said he didn't play for money. When he said that, he was already well known and had some money in his pocket. But Pelé came from poverty.
Ah, yes, his family didn't have much money at all. They lived in poverty.
Football has changed the lives of many youngsters in Brazil. Listen out for the expression Brazilian sports reporter Daniel Gallas uses to describe how football can help someone.
Football is very important for social mobility in Brazil because not many people have the chance to move from poverty into higher classes. For a while, football was also a profession which young men could follow through a proper career that they wouldn't have in other areas. But nowadays, middle-class guys are becoming well-known.
So, football is important for social mobility, the ability to go from one class of society to another.
And poor youngsters who have a natural talent to play football can become middle class. They can own a home, have a car, live comfortably. Nowadays, some players come from the middle class already. And they become millionaires.
Lucky them. They earn their money, but they're very exposed when they play. Supporters can be very demanding. I know I am. I want to see my team score goals.
Let's hear what reporter Daniel Gallas has to say about what Brazilians and Rob like to see on the pitch. Listen out for the positions of players who are not very famous, not very celebrated in Brazil.
Brazilians like to see attacking football. They want to see strikers like Ronaldo, Bebeto, Romário, always aiming for the goal and not just passing the ball around from one side to the other or backwards. They just want to move forward all the time. Brazilians don't tend to boast too much about their goalkeepers.
So we had the goalkeepers, the players who are between the goalposts, that area in football where you have a frame and a net. They try to prevent the other team from scoring goals.
And Brazilians, to be honest, they don't tend to pay too much attention to them. They cheer like mad when the strikers score.
The strikers are very important. The players who go on attack, who strike the ball and, hopefully, score. These are the ones we like to boast about.
I speak proudly, I boast about Neymar, veterans like Ronaldo, Bebeto, and obviously the best player of all time, Edson Arantes do Nascimento, our Pelé.
Pelé, yes. Well, I have my heroes too, you know. Here in England, we have David Beckham, of course, our great footballer of modern time. But there's some classic players like Bobby Charlton. And have you heard of George Best?
Yes, George Best. Heard
Very
about
famous,
him.
Yes. Well, look, we're running out of time, so we need to know if I got the answer to the quiz right.
How many goals did Pelé score during his career as a footballer? The figure was rounded to make it easier for you. The options were about 700, 1,200 or 1,600.
And I said 1,200. Was I right?
Oh, yes. Score the goal, Rob.
Hey.
Yes. According to the international governing body on football, FIFA, Pelé scored 1,281 goals in his career. In one match against Botafogo in 1964, Rob, Pelé hit the back of the net no less than 8 times.
Wow, amazing.
Indeed. And now we must go, but let's remember the words we heard today.
Okay, well, we heard to kick off, poverty, social mobility, middle class, striker, goalkeeper, to boast, goalposts. That's it for today. Please join us soon for another 6-Minute English from BBC Learning English. Bye-bye.
Bye.
That was 6 Minute English from bbclearningenglish.com.